Yes, so now we are waiting for other participants to join. So yes, we'll be starting in a few minutes, waiting for all the participants to join. So if you have any questions regarding CyberLabs and web development, our moderators are available. You can ask all your queries in the comment section. Our moderators are available. They will answer all your queries. Okay, so now we are starting this session. Introduction to Web Development by CyberLabs. So you might be wondering that what exactly is CyberLabs and what they do. CyberLabs is the official programming club of IIT ISM Dhanbad. It acts as a platform for the people enthusiastic about technology to work together. If you're curious to learn new technology and solve the problems of society, or want to build something exciting and innovative, then CyberLabs is the right place for you. Our club members have shown exceptional performance in various national level hackathons and competitions. Inter-IIT Tech Meet, Smart India Hackathon, Google Summer of Code are some of them. Currently, there are 5 divisions of CyberLabs: web development, Android development, machine learning, information security, hardware and IoT. Each of these divisions will be conducting their sessions, explaining what they do and would teach you the basics of their domain. Don't worry, all these sessions will be beginner friendly and require no previous knowledge of the subject. Everything will be taught to you from scratch. All we need is your enthusiasm to learn new stuff. Then, later, we will be conducting interviews to give you an opportunity to be a part of our community. Do like, follow, and subscribe and share to our Facebook pages so that you don't miss any important update or deadline for the interview. Our moderators will share the links of all our social media platforms in the comment section. You can go and check them out. So now, I hope that everyone is excited for this session. So now, let's get started. So, what is web development? As the name suggests, web meaning website and development means building stuff. So, web development is the building and maintenance of website. It is all that work that goes behind the scene to make the website look great, work fast, and perform well with a seamless user experience. So now the question will arise that why to learn web development? So to make the session interactive, each one of you write in the comment section that why should we learn web development? Why is web development important for you and what all you expect from us as a club for web development? I will be waiting for 2 minutes for you all to write your opinion and views in the comment section. I'm again repeating the question that why should we learn web development? Why is the web development important for us? Or what are your expectations from CyberLabs web development division? Write your opinions in the comment section and do let us know so that we get to know our audience better. Yes, there are good responses from our audience. Yes, for job, for money, for creating good website, to share our knowledge to world. Yes, to channelize our ideas. Wow, rapid digitalization in every sector, great demand, user-friendly platform. So awesome! It was a great response for you, from you all. So, as you all know, that web development is important. Why it is important? Because it is in high demand. You can work from anywhere around the world, from the comforts of your home. You might be sitting in your home wearing the blanket, just having your laptop. Also, it provides great freelancing opportunity. It is a constantly evolving field. Every day, new technology come up and you get the opportunity to learn them. Also, you can work on your own deadlines. You can be your own boss. And lastly, it is very easy to learn and build a website. In this session, we will be doing the same and will create our own website. So, these days, if you are not online, you simply don't exist. There are around 2 billion websites as on 2020. And obviously, we need some web developers for their maintenance. Be it any big multinational company like Apple or any new small emerging startup, everyone needs a website for their social promotion. So web development is definitely important for all. So now we will be discussing the three main pillars of web development, which is HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. So HTML provides the basic structure or the skeleton to a website. As you can see here, the skeleton system is the HTML. It defines the structure, that what does it mean. You know that the skeleton of human and a horse are different. So the basic structure is governed by the HTML. Then comes JavaScript. JavaScript is like the nervous system of the website. It controls all the functioning of the website and provide the logic that what when will happen. So the behavior is governed by it. That what does it do? What to do when? All this is done by JavaScript. Then CSS is for the presentation, to beautify the website, to make the website look amazing. The presentation stuff is done by CSS. That what does it look like? I hope so that everyone is clear with these three main pillars. If you have any doubt, you can frankly ask them in the comment section. We would be happy to answer them. So let's stop here and view a live example. This is the website of IIT ISM CyberLabs Club. Club, it is cyberlabs.club. You can enter and view this website. You can see that this website is looking great. There are some animations going on and it's looking pretty amazing. This website is also made using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Now, what will happen if we remove all the CSS part from it? It would look ugly, something like this skeleton, right? So let's practically do it to test. Yes, so now I have removed all the CSS. See the magic of CSS. This ugly looking website, all this big pictures, not properly sized images, icons, and this is here the basic text which was there. Some bullet points, some paragraphs, some headings, some footer, and some links. This was the basic structure of the website. This is the structure of any general website. Now, with the magic, if I now reload it, this is the magic of CSS. That ugly looking website is transformed and beautified to become this website. So this is the power of CSS. The HTML provides the basic structure and then the CSS adds the magic of styling into it, and JavaScript will control the logic that what will happen. So moving on further, in today's session, our main focus will be on HTML and CSS part. So what does HTML mean? HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Now, what is this markup language? Is it not a programming language? No. Markup language is not a programming language. In fact, one of you mentioned in the comment that we need a compiler. Do we need a compiler for this? No, we don't need a compiler because it is not a programming language. It will not be compiled or processed into anything. For example, you might be learning C++ in your first year. That is a programming language. There you can ask queries and compute things like what is the value of 1 plus 2. But in HTML, you can't do that. It is just for presentational purpose, for rendering the basic structure. Nothing is computed, nothing is compiled or getting converted into other form, just for rendering. With that, I might be taking a real world example that HTML is like making a cake with all the ingredient, and then CSS is like decorating that cake. So moving on further, the syntax. How does the syntax of HTML looks like? This is an opening tag and this is a closing tag. Every HTML document generally consists an opening tag and a closing tag. The closing tag starts with a forward slash. So I will be showing you by a live example the basic syntax of HTML. So I hope you all are ready with your laptops, as now we will be live doing a live hands-on session. So before moving to the live hands-on session, if you have any doubt, you can ask that in the comment section, or if everything is clear, you can write clear in the comment section. I'm waiting for 2 minutes for you all. Ask your queries in the comment section or write clear, and then we will be moving on to a live hands-on workshop. And then I will be starting the coding part, and we will be building your first ever HTML web page. Yes, so CSS means cascading style sheet. We will be covering that in depth in this lecture only, the HTML and CSS part. HTML is hypertext markup language, JS is JavaScript, CSS is cascading style sheet. So I hope that everyone is ready with their laptops to start the hands-on workshop, the live coding part. Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to start the live coding part. So first of all, you need to go to a suitable folder where you need to create your project. Just right click, go to new, click on that new, go to text document. As you might be noticing that here the extension is .txt, but the extension of an HTML web page is .html. So you need to erase the name and also erase the extension and write any suitable name. Right now I am writing index, provide the extension .html and enter. It would ask you for a confirmation that yes, you are changing the extension. Press enter, yes. So you have to create this index.html. You might see that here the icon is changed to Chrome because Chrome is my default browser. If you are facing any issue in this, a common issue occurs that you might not be able to view this extension. If that is the case, go to this view section and then tick this file name extension. This should be ticked, or else go to this options, change folder and search options. Then in the view section, here hide extension for known file types. This should be unchecked. If it is checked, then uncheck this and then click apply and OK. I repeat once again, here in the view, go to options, general, go to this view and then hide extension for known file type. This should be unchecked. So now this is the first HTML page is now created. So let's open that. Yes, so it is now opened in our web page. So you can see that it's completely empty right now because we have created an empty file. But if you know in the top, see here, it is written index.html. This is the name of the file. This thing is called the title of the page. So any HTML document is divided into two parts. One is the body part. Whatever you see inside this white screen is known as the body of the HTML. And whatever you see here is known as the head part. Generally, the title comes here, the name of the web page. Like here, the CyberLabs is written. Here, the introduction to web development. This is known as the title of the web page. Now, let's go and edit this web page. For editing, you can use any text editor. Even Notepad, I will suggest you to use Visual Studio Code, but you can use any text editor. Let us show you the basic one, the Notepad, which is generally present in any web page. So here, if I write hello world, then I save it, go to my web page, refresh it, you can see that here it is written hello world. So yes, you have created your HTML page. Whatever you write here, hello world, that is coming here. But everything has a proper syntax for doing. The correct way is, firstly, we write here exclamation. In the capital letter, we write doc type, give a space, HTML. I'm increasing the font size if you're unable to view. I hope so that right now it is clearly visible. If the font is still not clearly visible, do let me know in the comment section. Yes. Then we write HTML. Yes. So let us again revisit the web page. That the first line is opening angle bracket, exclamation. Then in the capital letters, write doc type, space, HTML, then this. This means that you are using HTML5, the HTML5 version. We will not go into much detail what are the different versions of HTML, but you just assume that whenever you write any HTML web page, in the top, you have to write exclamation doc type HTML. If you have any difficulty, I am waiting for you all to complete this. Simply write here HTML and here write hello world. No, not here. As I told you that HTML consists of two parts. One is the head part, the opening tag for head and the closing tag for head. Then it is body, then the closing tag for body, and then inside the body we will write hello world. Save it, go to the web page, reload it. It will again display the hello world. So now I am waiting for you all for 2 minutes to complete this. Open any text editor, write this complete code. I am again explaining the top line, exclamation doc type HTML. This means that we are using HTML5. Then there is a HTML tag, the opening HTML tag and a closing HTML tag. This means whatever we write inside this opening and closing HTML tag, that would be treated as an HTML tag. Then I explained that HTML consists of two parts, the head part and the body part. The head part has an opening tag, a closing tag, a body which consists of an opening tag and the closing tag. Then whatever you write inside the body will be visible in this white screen. So I'm waiting for you all to complete this. Do let me know in the comment section when it is completed. Yes, one more thing, that writing this doc type HTML is not necessary, but it is a good practice. If you skip it, then also the web page will know that you are using HTML, but you are generally telling it that I am using HTML5 version. So HTML is not case sensitive. Here if I write head tag in capital and save it, then it will be same. HTML is not case sensitive. You can write in capital letters or in small letters. So I hope it answers all your queries. If you have any doubt, you can ask. Yes, there was one more doubt. Okay, so how to add comment? Yes, I will be telling you. The comment is opening bracket, the angle bracket, exclamation, dash dash, space, whatever comment you want to write, you can write it here, then dash dash, then the closing bracket. Save it and then refresh it. Oh, sorry, here the space should not come. Yeah. So this is the syntax for comment. Angle bracket, exclamation. Do remember there should not be any space. Then dash dash, comment here, whatever comment you want to write, then dash dash, then exclamation. Yes, I will be explaining in much detail about the title page, how you can change it. Just do complete this, whatever I have written here, and do let me know when it is done. I will be moving on further and telling you each and everything in detail. Just let me know in the comment section if you have completed and done till here. Okay. Okay, so if you are using Mac, you can create a new file there using the touch command. So yes, if you're using Mac or Linux, you have to write touch index.html and it will create a file named index.html. This is for the Mac or Linux users. So yes, I hope so that everyone has done it till here. Now let's move forward and learn much more things. So as I told you, you can use any text editor, even Notepad, but generally it is preferred to use Visual Studio Code. And right now I will show you why. I will again go back to my folder where I created this index.html, right click on it, go to open with, here Visual Studio Code. If Visual Studio Code is not present here, you can go on choose another app and search for Visual Studio Code there. Go to Visual Studio Code. Now, whatever is written there, I'm simply erasing it. I'm increasing the font size so that it is visible to you all. So this is a complete empty document right now. Visual Studio Code provides many easy suggestions, some autocomplete, auto suggestion things, and some code snippets for you. For example, if I write here simply HTML, this, and I click here HTML5, it will create a basic HTML syntax for me automatically, because this syntax is common for all the HTML page. So why should I write all these things again and again? So yes, This is the basic HTML syntax. Now I will be again explaining that this line indicates that yes, we are using HTML5. HTML tag, opening and closing, means whatever we'll be writing inside it will be HTML, a head tag and a body tag. Now let's go in detail what exactly is present here. What else are there? Lang equal to en. This means that we are using English language. You can even skip it or you can either keep it. I'm zooming it. I hope it is visible to all. Yes. So this means that we are using English language, so that it is not for us to understand that it is English, because there are some screen readers. So for visually impaired people, these screen readers will read the document. So for them, it is important to tell the browser that we are using English language. Then inside the head tag, we generally keep the metadata. What exactly is the metadata? You know what is present inside your website, but how the search engine like Google will know that what is present inside your website? What exactly it contains? Whether it's a blogging website, whether it's a website of any company or anything. So here in the metadata, you provide all these such details, that what are the important keywords, what is the description of your website, what is the title of your web page, what it exactly contains. For example, if you anytime shared any link to your friend on WhatsApp, Facebook, or any social media platform, you might have seen a small pop-up automatically comes, which displays a small description and an image. So all these are also metadata. All these things are specified here. We are not going into much detail. The most important thing is this, the title tag. Inside the head, we keep this title tag, angle bracket, title, angle bracket close, then write the name of the document here and then the closing title. Here, let us change it to my first web page. Save it and again go to a browser, refresh it. Now you see it is completely empty. Yes, because we have not written any code inside the body tag. But if you see here in the title bar, the name is changed. Earlier, the file name was present here, but now I have changed it to my first web page. So yes. So most importantly, inside the head, we will keep the title tag. Now let's move on forward. Inside the body. So firstly, one of you earlier asked what is the syntax for comment. I'm again writing it here, exclamation dash dash comment. If you see, automatically it closes the comment syntax for me. It was auto suggesting me. I wrote only this part and Visual Studio Code helped me and it wrote that part, the closing part. So firstly, what is a comment and why it is needed? For example, you are creating a very big HTML page. There are many sections, many subsections for it. So as a developer, you should know that what part of code is doing what. So these comments are for developers like us to make the code readable, so that later when we view the same page, we can understand that what is the function. So right now here I'm writing paragraph, and below it I will create a paragraph. So how to create a paragraph in HTML? Using a tag. It is known as p tag. This is a paragraph. I will save it, go to my browser, reload my browser. This is a paragraph. It is beautifully displaying that. I will again go to my Visual Studio Code. So what I have done is I have given an opening tag for the paragraph, which is angle bracket p angle bracket. Then the closing tag for paragraph, which is angle bracket / p angle bracket. Whatever I will be writing here in between these opening tag and closing tag, that will be treated specially. Here, as I have given paragraph, so HTML will treat the content inside it as a paragraph. And above it, for the comment, for me to understand that what exactly this code is all about, I have written it paragraph. So later when I come and view this code one day or 1 week later, I can understand that yes, it was a paragraph. I can remove it also. There's no need for comment, but it is a good practice to keep your code commented and well documented so that others can also understand what exactly your document is doing. So let us see some other useful tags in HTML. And one more thing I would need to tell you, that inside the paragraph, if you need some dummy data, so how to generate some dummy data? Simply write LOREM, lorem, and press the tab key. It will generate automatically some dummy text. Save it and go to your browser, refresh it. So yes, I can see some dummy text data. It is generally useful when you are creating a website for testing purpose and you don't want to write some, you just need some dummy text there. This lorem works only on Visual Studio Code and other text editor like Sublime, etc., and not in Notepad. So Visual Studio Code provides such great features. Also, if you want to limit and control the number of words, you can also specify that. For example, if I write lorem without space, I write 3 and then I press tab, so it will generate 3 words for me. If I erase it and I write lorem 5 tab, it will generate 5 words for me. So you can also specify exactly how many words you need for a dummy text. So I'm again repeating that you have to write lorem, then you need to press tab, lorem tab. I hope it is clear. Yes. So if I go into my browser and refresh it, there are 2 paragraphs right now. Now let us view some other things. Now if I want to make some text bold, so for that we need the bold tag. I go back to my browser, refresh. So you can see the text 1 is bold. So for bold, you have to write the B. Inside the angle bracket, write B, then the closing tag for B. Whatever you write inside that, that would be treated as a bold text. So I hope that till now everything is clear to you. If you have any doubt, you can ask in the comment section. And also do remember, whenever you make any changes, you have to press Ctrl S to save the document and then go back to the browser and then reload it. Ctrl plus S. You have to save the document using Ctrl plus S, or go here and do File, Save. Here in the file, save. Then save it and then go to the browser to reload. Any changes you make here, first you have to save them and then go to the browser. You have to press the tab key to generate the dummy data. The tab key. Don't worry if that is not coming. Some editors support it, some don't. Okay, so yes, for bold, the tag was B tag, angle bracket B, closing angle bracket, and then write the text whatever you want to make that bold, and then angle bracket / B close. So whatever I write here will be treated as bold because I have specified here the bold tag. Also, I can do nesting of tag, which means inside a tag I can specify another tag, because here I specified a paragraph tag. So it is the opening tag for a paragraph and a closing tag for paragraph. Then inside this paragraph, I specified it as bold. Also remember that first the opening tag of B will come, then the opening tag of B will come, then the closing tag of B will come, and in the end the closing tag of P will come. You cannot change any order. For example, if I remove the B tag from here and write it in the end, then this is not the correct syntax. First I opened P tag, then I opened B tag, then because I opened the B tag lastly, I need to close the B tag first, then I will close the P tag. I hope I'm clear. While nesting, you need to remember it that, see like here, paragraph opening, closing, bold opening, bold closing. So they need to be nested properly. Now let us see some other tags if you want to make the text italics. So for that we need the I tag. I tag will make the text in it italics. So now again saving the document, going to the browser, refreshing it. So you see this text was bold, this text too was italics. So if you're unable to run it in your web, do check that the name of your file is index.html and not index.html.txt or something else. You need to check that the name of your website is right. You can change the name by clicking on the clicking on the file, double clicking, or click and press F2 and then edit the name. Simply double click to open this web page. It will open it in your default browser. Mine is Chrome, so it is opening it in Chrome. If you are facing any issue, please write in the comment section. Okay, done. Great. So we have covered paragraph, bold, italics. What about underline? For underline, we have the U tag, text 3. So specify the U tag and whatever text you write inside it would be underlined. Okay, so let me write it again. For bold, you write B tag, it would be bold text. For italics, write I tag, it would be the italic text. And then for underline, you use the U tag, that would be underline text. And then I'm removing this paragraph. Yes. So in this paragraph, one is the bold text, one is the italics, one is underlined inside the paragraph. I'm again saving the document, going to the browser, refreshing it. So now you can see there is a bold text, there is an italics text, and there is an underlined text. So I hope it is clear, but you might be seeing that in this document, I'm giving space here, but the web page is not showing that space, because the website pages, you need to explicitly mention that here you need a space. So if you need to print italic text in next line and underline text on the next line, you need to specify that. And to specify that you have to print it on the next line, we use the tag named BR tag. It means break row. And this is a special tag. There are two types of tag. This tag is a self-closing tag. Instead of writing BR and then closing tag for BR is not the correct syntax. Simply you write like this: opening angle bracket BR / closing angle bracket. This is the syntax for BR tag. It is a self-closing tag because obviously when you need to print it on next line, you simply need to tell the browser that here I need a line break. You don't need to specify some text inside that. So the syntax is like this. It is a self-closing tag. If you go into the browser and now refresh it, you can see italics text is now coming in the next line. There's one more thing here. You can also skip that forward slash and simply write the br, because it is a self-closing tag, so you can skip that one. If I now also go to my web page and refresh it, it is again coming on to the next line. Okay, so now I hope that everyone is following me and everyone is on the same page. So now I'm showing you the next tag, which is the HR tag. HR tag stands for horizontal row. It is similar to BR tag in the sense that it is a self-closing tag, meaning that you don't need to specify a closing tag for it. If I save the document and again go to my browser and refresh it, you can see it is showing me a horizontal line. So to print a horizontal line or horizontal row, we specify the HR tag. So here now I'm adding some comments that this is a bold text, this is an italics text, and lastly this is an underline text. Yes. Also, Visual Studio Code provides you some more great features, like if I take my cursor here to any line and then I press Control key, Alt key and the down arrow key, then you can see I can split my cursor into multiple cursors. Now if I go on here, you can see my cursor is present at multiple locations at the same time. Now I can write anything in multiple lines at the same time, like Aman Dwiwedi. So see, it is very helpful when you need to type the same text in multiple lines. I am again repeating, the syntax is not the syntax, the method is Control plus Alt plus down arrow. So here Control key, Alt key and down arrow. Using this I can now delete my text. So it is very helpful and handy when you need to edit the document. So likewise there are many shortcuts in Visual Studio Code using which you can make your experience of writing the code faster and easier. So now let us move forward to view some more HTML tags. Yes, so now let us see how to specify a heading. So now I'm going to specify a heading tag. In HTML, there are 6 types of heading tag ranging from H1 to H6. So the syntax for that is opening bracket H1 and then the closing bracket for H1. Now this is a heading. You can see now if I go to my browser, refresh it, this is a heading. Okay, so if I close everything, the Visual Studio Code also, I go to my folder where I have created that index.html file. There are 2 ways to open. One, if you want to view that HTML page, and second, if you want to view the source code of that page. So if I want to view the HTML page, I will click on it, I will double click on it. Then it will open it in my default browser, which is Chrome, and it will show me the HTML page. Or else I can also do right click and open. It will open it as a HTML page. If I want to edit the source code, then for that I need a text editor. So for that I will go with open with and then open it with the suitable text editor. So when I will choose here Visual Studio Code and see here I can view the source code. So yes, I hope everything is clear. All your doubts are clear. So now moving on further, Yeah, so I told that there are 6 types of heading ranging from H1 to H6. This is the H1 heading. H1 heading is the largest and H6 heading is the smallest. Let me quickly show you all of them. I'm copy pasting them. So here, this is heading 1. Then here I will specify the H2 tag and say this is the heading 2. Then here I will write H3. This is the heading 3. I hope you all are doing the live coding with me and are following me. If you have any query, you can ask in the comment section. Similarly, for all this, I will write from H1 to H6. That this is the heading 6. Yes, and I will remove this heading. So if I now save this text editor using Ctrl S, go to my browser and refresh it, then you can see this is the H1 heading, this is heading 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The heading 6 might not be visible to you clearly, so I'm increasing the font size. Yeah, so this is the heading 1, which is the largest. Then ranging from H2, H3 going on till H6. H6 is the smallest heading size. Also, if you can change this size of the heading, if you want, if say you want the size of this to be more than this, you want it to be twice as large as this. For that styling purpose, we will use CSS. But HTML also provides some basic things like making the text bold, italics, underline, giving some heading of different fonts. So all these basic things can be done by HTML. But if you want more styling, you can go on with CSS. We will be covering that part in this session later. Also, you can try some nesting on your own, like applying a combination of all these and so on. So let us now move forward and see some other tags. So suppose you want to insert an image. So for that we have an image tag and the syntax is img. Then what else do you think we need to provide for an image? Where the image is present. So say the source of that image. Here either you provide the local source or you provide the hosted source. So let me quickly go to any web page and select any image. Let us choose this image only, the logo of CyberLabs. I will go here and from the URL, I'm simply copying this URL of that image. You can go to Google and choose any picture which you like. And then here inside the source, you write the, yes, so here you write the URL of that image. Do notice that it is a .png format, so it should be a valid image format. Some valid image format are like .png, .jpg, .jpeg and various other format. So it should be a valid image format. Also here you can see that it is https://. It means that it is present on online. It is an online hosted image. It tells the browser that this image is not present locally in my computer, it is present online. Also, I provide an alt tag. Here I write some dummy text like CyberLab logo. So you might be wondering that I have specified the source of the image, why I need to provide the alt tag. Alt tags are usually provided for visually impaired people. For example, when the screen reader will come to your website and read, it can't read the web page. It can't read that exact image. So it would read the alt tag, that's what the image is exactly about. So now I will save it, go to my browser, go to my web page, refresh it, and here I will see that logo of CyberLabs. So yes, it is present there. I'm again repeating, in the image tag you write opening bracket image, then src equal to the URL of that image. It should be present in double quotes, then alt equal to, then you specify the alternative of that image. Image tag is also a self-closing tag. you don't close it. Okay, now let's suppose the image name is incorrect. I write here some dummy text and then I save, go back to my browser and refresh it. So here you can see that alt tag is printing because it is unable to find that image because obviously the URL is wrong. I have provided the wrong URL, so that's why the image is not loaded. So whenever due to any reason the image is not loaded, maybe due to internet connection or due to server issue or due to any reason the image is not loaded, then it will look like this and an alt tag will be present there. Let me go back, Control C, and yes, provide here the right image, and if I go then refresh, you can see the image is present here. And yes, next let us see that how we can specify any image from laptop. Let us go in Google and say any cat image. Oh, not Catrobat. Yes, type cat. Go in images, specify any cat image. Click here, go to save image as cat image. And one more important thing, that you need to save that image in the same folder where your project is there. So mine is here, I'm naming it as cat. You can save it in other places also, but then you need to specify the correct path. So right now if I go to my folder, here there is a cat image which is named as cat.jpg. It is of the JPG format. It can be of any other format also. And this folder also contains my index.html web page. So if I go to my browser here in the Visual Studio Code, erase this and simply write cat.jpg. You need to specify the name correctly. Here the image is cat.jpg. So you specify it here. Go to the browser, my web page, reload it. So now you can see that this is the image which is present. Oh yeah, it's too big. You can see the image is present here with yes. So we can, as I earlier told you, HTML is simply for rendering thing. If you need to change the size of the image, you can do so by using CSS. Also there are some other ways also, like here I can also specify height and width, height, height equal to, inside the double quotes, let us say 100, and I can also specify the width. Don't worry, I will now explain that what this height and width means. Here I am specifying the height. Whatever number I write is in pixels, so that means the height will be 100 pixel and the width will be 100 pixel. I can specify it in HTML also, but it's better practice to specify that using CSS. If I reload it, you can see now the image size is highly reduced. It is 100 pixel into 100 pixel. You can change it to as your wish, to how much that you want. Now suppose that image is not present here. How the Visual Studio Code know that it needs that the image is present here only? So we simply write cat.jpg if the image is present in the same folder, then only. Now suppose the image is not present here. Let us create a new folder named images. Enter, and then move this cat image to that images folder. Now the images folder contain this cat image. Now inside my Visual Studio Code, I need to specify that inside the images folder, then need to provide the /, there is a cat image. I save it, go to my browser, reload it. Now you can see this cat image is again visible, but this time this cat image is not present here. This is present inside the images folder. You can see here, if I go to here, inside the images folder, the cat image is present. So inside the browser also, I will specify the proper path. Do remember, if you will not specify the proper path, the image will not appear. So you write images, the name of the folder, then /cat.jpg. So this is how you specify an image. Now moving on further. So this is an image. Let us write here a good comment that this is an image. Yeah. So now let us see how a button looks like in an HTML. Okay, so first a comment. So to specify a button, we use the button tag. Button tag also consists of an opening tag and a closing tag. Inside it, let us write click me. You can write any text. Save that document. Go to the browser. Refresh it. Now you can see the button tag is present here. Click me. If I remove this, you can see here it is present click me button. Right now it is not doing anything on clicking because that part will be governed by JavaScript. That the logic that what should happen when I click this button, that will be done by JavaScript. HTML is only for the basic skeleton that here a button needs to be present. Now moving on further, let us say that I need to create a link. So that link is known as hyperlink. For linking page, we use the A tag. Inside the A tag, we write href equal to the source of that web page. For example, https://www.google.com. And inside this A tag, I will write this is a link. Now I again save my Visual Studio Code and I reload my index.html. You can see here a link is coming. If I click on this link, it will redirect me to Google web page, working as expected. I again go back to my Visual Studio Code and show you that the correct syntax is you write opening bracket A. This is known as anchor tag. So anchor A tag, then inside the href equal to, inside the double quote, you provide the exact address of that web page where you need to go or to redirect that. Here it is google.com, then this is a link, then A tag. I hope it is clear till now. Now let us move forward with an unordered list. So for unordered list, we use the UL tag. UL stands for unordered list. Then we use li tag to specify the list item. This, for example, this is 1. Using another li tag, I write here 2. I hope you all are coding along with me. 3. So if I write like this UL tag, and inside this UL tag I have specified 3 li tag 1, 2 and 3. I save it, go back to my browser, refresh it. You can see 1, 2 and 3. This is UL means an unordered list. Here it is showing bullet. It is not ordered like 1, 2 or 3. So if I need to have an ordered list, then for that we use the OL tag, which is the ordered list. And then inside that ordered list, we specify the list items using the li tag. So we need to do here. I'm exactly copy pasting that and just changing the UL to OL. Saving, going back to my browser again, and now you can see 1, 2, 3. So here I have not specified this 1, 2 and 3 manually. The browser is knowing that this is a list, this is an ordered list, so I need to specify 1, 2, 3. Then I'm simply providing it the list items. So let us move forward and view the last some tags, which is the form tag. So suppose you need to create a form. So we do that by using the form tag. Inside the form tag, let us say we have an input tag where we will ask the user so input. Inside the input I would write type equal to text, and let us specify the name equal to some name like username. So if I save it, go back to my browser, reload it, I can see here it is an input. I can specify anything here. I hope it is visible to you all that yes, here I can write anything. This is known as an input box. And here I specified the type equal to text, means I can specify any text inside that. And then I'm providing it a name with username. Similarly, if I copy paste, sorry, yeah, and if I specify the text as number instead of name, and write here number, you can specify the name to be anything. We will discuss later in JavaScript that what is the meaning of this name. And now I reload it. Here I see another text box, input box, but here this time if I can write here only numbers. If I try to write here any letter, it will stop me. And one more thing, you can see that here there is an up arrow key. Using that I can increase it, and a down key. Using that I can decrease it. Also, I can specify any value to that, a default value. If I write here value equal to say your name, and then save it. So I have provided a value, default value as your name to the input text. Go back to my browser after saving it and reload. Now you can see your name is coming here. But the issue with this is now I have to manually erase each and every character to write some other name. But that is not the desirable. So a better option is, instead of value, we write here placeholder. Yeah, so placeholder, P and H both are small, continuous. Save it, go back to my browser, refresh it. Now you see your name is again coming here, but this time it is in gray text. If I move my cursor here and start typing, I don't have to erase this time the text. It automatically erases when I click on that text box. I can easily specify any name here. So this was all about the input tag, type equal to text, name, and there's another, you can also specify it as email or date. Let us change it to date. Yes. So now I have specified a third input tag as date. Name is also date. Yeah. So here you can see by default it is mm/dd/yyyy format. And there is a small calendar here. If you click on this calendar, you can see you can specify any date. You can here go and specify any year, any month, and click here. And you can, by this way, you can select any particular date. So yeah, so form tag, and here you can say suppose a button for submitting. Yeah, so this completes my basic form. So now when I will submit, when I will provide some data here inside this form and click submit, then what will happen, where that data will be posted and will be saved, all those things will be governed by JavaScript, which we'll be discussing later. All this logic part, that what we need to do with that data. So by this I believe all the important things of HTML are covered by this time. Also there is one more thing to discuss, a difference between div tag and a span tag. Here if I write div here and say this is a text, so div is for division. Here I have created two division, another text, and I save it, go back to my browser and reload it. So here you can see this is a text, this is another text, but here you are noticing that this another text is coming on a different line. So there are two types of tag. One is a block level and another is an inline. Block level elements are those elements which occupy the complete row for themselves. For example, here div is a block level. I specified here only a div with this is the text, and this is occupying the complete row, and this another text is also occupying the complete row. But here if you see the image, the button and this link, these are not block level, they are inline, so they are just taking as much space as they wanted. See here the heading tag. The heading tag is a block level. It is occupying the complete space. But the image span is also a tag which uses only the space it required. So now I will be moving on to the CSS part, the cascading style sheet. All this is clear. I hope that if you have any doubt, you can write in the comment section, or simply write clear in the comment section if it is clear to you. I'm waiting for 2 minutes for you all to ask your queries or write clear. Yeah, so this is the code. I'm showing you the code. If you have any doubt, you can ask. So for now we are going to start the CSS section of the course. So if you have any doubt, you can ask. Also, if in between you face any difficulty, you can ask that. So yes, so CSS stands for cascading style sheet. It is used for styling and beautification of the website. Let us move back to our presentation here and see what all things we have covered till now. A quick recap: HTML is a markup language. The syntax is like this: tag name and closing. This is the syntax of HTML. The head tag, the body tag. Inside the head tag, there's a title where we specify the name of the web page. Then we can specify the headings using h1 tag. Using image tag, we can specify the image, src equal to images.jpg. Using a tag, we can make any link and specify the link of that web page. We can also specify a p tag, which is a paragraph tag. Inside that, we can use bold tag, italics, underline. We have discussed what is br tag, break row, what is hr tag. We have also discussed what is input tag, what is a button. Yes, so now CSS cascading style sheets. It is used for beautification of the website. So the syntax for CSS is we specify a selector, a property name and a property value and a semicolon here. So selector means which particular element of the page we want to style, that we specify here in the selector, whether it is an h1 tag, whether it is an image tag, which particular thing we need to style. So we specify it in the selector. We are selecting that particular tag. Then in the property name, we specify that which particular property we need to style. For example, an image tag, we need to specify the height of that image or the width of that image. Here in the property name, we specify that property. Then the property value. What should be the value of that property? For example, we need the height to be 100 pixel. So we will write here image img, then curly bracket open, then height colon 100 pixel semicolon, then curly bracket close. So we will discuss it with the live. Yeah. So again, going back to our Visual Studio Code. So yes. Yeah. Here. So we can specify CSS in 3 places. One is external CSS, internal CSS, and inline CSS. External CSS means that the CSS is present in another web page. Generally, it is a good practice to specify the CSS in another web page, another file. So let me go here and here create a new file and name it style.css. You can provide any name, just the extension need to be .css. And then you open that document. So for CSS, the extension is .css. And here, if I write, yes, so I hope the font is visible to all. Yeah. So here, if I write h1, then I'm specifying that I have selected h1, and then I'm selecting which property. There are many properties like say font size. Font size I need to specify 10 pixel, and then I provide a semicolon. So now I have specified a style sheet where I have specified my style that I need to set the font size of h1 tag to be 10 pixel, but I need to link this style sheet with my index.html. I need to tell this page that you have to take the styling from this file. So we specify it here inside the head tag. We write, you can write here CSS. So the syntax is like this: link rel equal to style sheet, href equal to style.css. So this link tag tells that here we are linking another page. Here that is a .css file. Then rel equal to style sheet. This tells the page that this is a style sheet, cascading style sheet. So we have to apply styles from that page. Then inside the href, we specify the exact name and address of that particular file. Here can be any name .css. I have named my file as style.css. So here I am writing style.css, and just save that document. Go to your browser, your page, and refresh. So now you can see the size of h1. This was the heading 1, the h1. It has been reduced. You can see the h2 is even bigger. Earlier h1 was the largest, h2 the second largest, and so on. h6 was the smallest of all. But now using CSS, I have specified the heading tag, h1 tag should have a font size of 10 pixels. You can view here inside my style.css. I have specified that this h1, I have specified that I have to select this, I have to style this h1. Then font size, this specify that how much the font size, this should be 10 pixels. Also there are many other properties like font color. So here I can say, so for font color we have the color tag. We simply specify color color, then we write the name of that color, say green. We simply write this green color, go back to our browser, reload it. Now you can see it is in green color. Or if it is not quite visible, I can change it to something like red. Yes, so if I now, you can see this h1 is now red. So here you can specify many different types of properties like font size, font color. Let me show you some other properties. There is also font family. I am specifying it to be Arial. Yeah. And now I am saving it. Now closely look this heading, and when I reload it, you might be seeing that there is a change in the style. There's a big difference between this T and this T. So I have changed the font family. Font family is basically how the text are written, the different types of text. For example, in MS Word also you have seen the different types of styles like Arial, Times New Roman, sans serif, Comic Sans, etc. Then there is other things like text align. Let us make it center. So I have made the text dash align equal to center. What it will do is it will make that heading tag inside the center. I can also specify it to be left, right, or center. So I have made this heading as center. And one more thing to specify it is that if I go here and copy this h1 and write here also below h6 and save it. Now I have in my web page, say I have two places where h1 is occurring. It can happen. So let us save it and view and reload my browser. And now you will see this heading has also the same styling, the same CSS as this heading. Why is it so? Because here I have specified that H1. H1 means all the H1 which are present in that page, you have to make their font size as 10 pixel, the color as red, the font family as this, and the text should be center. So it will go to the browser, go to that page, and it will find where all the H1 tag is coming, and then it will apply that styling to all those H1. But let us suppose that I want this H1 to be red and this H1 to be say blue. So how to specify? So for that we use ID and class. So let me specify here. Where is my heading? Yeah. So here I am giving it ID equal to, you can provide here any name. I am giving it heading 1, and to this heading I am providing ID equal to heading, say this is heading blue and this is heading red. So to these two I have provided an ID. ID is a unique name which we provide to any element. This should not be same for any two. So now I copy this. Inside my styles.css I write hash, then the name of that heading, that is heading red, then the curly braces, then I specify the exact styling which I need to provide. Here I am copy pasting that styling and I am removing. Yeah, one more thing, how to write comment in this CSS. So the syntax for comment in CSS is /* and then when you need to end that you write */. So whatever you will write here will be treated as comment and will not be evaluated. So I can write here again showing this is a comment, then close that comment. So yes, this is how we specify. So now I have specified that this heading red would be red. If I go back to my browser, refresh it, now you can see that only this one is the red heading. This is the earlier H1 tag only. Why? Because I have only specified this for the heading tag. All those IDs, when you need to specify styling to an ID, you have to start it with hash. Now let us copy this and here paste. The other ID was heading blue. So in that I'm changing it, the color to be blue. Simply write here blue. Go back to my browser, save. So yeah, here you can see this is heading 1, this is coming in blue color and this is coming in red color. So these two, by using ID you can specify exactly which element you need to change. But as I earlier mentioned that ID should be unique. What if I say I need to make few IDs as red, few H1 as red and few H1 as blue? For that we specify class. Instead of ID we can write here say for H2 we write here class equal to say text green. Yeah, so I have provided this H2 as a class name text-green. You can provide it any name here, and for class, to specify the class here in the CSS we started with a dot sign. So dot text-green, the name which was present there, text green, then the opening bracket, then color say green. So let me again match text-green, and here yes, so here in the H2 I have specified the class as text-green, and when in CSS I will style that, I will first write dot specifying that this is a class. For ID I use hash, and then I write text-green, and then I save it, go back to my browser, reload it. Now you can see that this is also green. But The benefit of class is that you can apply this class to as many elements as you want. Say I'm applying it to h4 and h5. I can apply this as heading. Okay, now you can see h2 is green, h4 is green, and h5 is green. So this is how we style any element. Either you specify the exact element which you need to style, say h1, that will style all the h1 present in the page, or you specify the particular ID of that page, of that element, which by writing hash in front of it, that you need to style that particular element having that unique ID, or you can use class. Now let us see some other properties of CSS. Yeah, so let us change the background color. So for background color, we use background color and write it to be, what do you think? There are aqua. Let us keep it to aqua and see. Now all the text green classes will have the background color as aqua. Now there are many ways to specify colors also. Either you can write the name of that color, or you can specify the RGB value of that color, or you can provide the HSL value of that color. There are many different ways. So we can do this, or let us say here we have, above here. This is a paragraph. I will change this P with ID equal to, say, para. Now I will style this paragraph. Hash for ID we use hash, and here we will specify the font. We will specify the font size as, say, 20 pixel. So now go back to browser, reload it. Now you can see the font size is increased. Now similarly we can change other things like font weight. What does font weight do is it increases the thickness of that line. I specified it to be 600. Now you can see the difference. It has become more bold. I can even increase it or decrease it as per my wish. So here I can specify that font weight. Then there comes text decoration. So text decoration, here I can specify underline. What it will do? As expected, it will make it underline. So for that we use text decoration. Then we have other things like font family. Let us make it Arial, or let us make it something else, something which we have not used till now. Cursive. Let us make it a bit cursive so that you can view it clearly. Yes, so you can see we can also change it. Now this paragraph is a cursive one, and done with all this. So I hope everything is clear and you don't have any doubt till now. And let us specify some more property here and make the border of this to be 10 pixel solid gray. So what it will do, it will make the border of this paragraph as 10 pixel. It would be solid and it will keep it gray. So yes, also we can do some other things, like we can specify the spacing. I think that here this is the spacing between these two should be increased. So for that I can use padding and margin. So I will explain what is padding and what is margin. Here if I specify padding as 20 pixel and save it, and then if I reload it, so this distance increases from all the three sides. So this is known as the margin. This is known as the top margin, the right margin, the bottom margin, the left margin. So that one is margin. And let me now show you the padding. Now padding to be say 10 pixels. Go back to browser, reload it. So see here, now the space here increases. This is known as padding. This is the top padding, this is the right padding, bottom padding, left padding. Or I can individually specify the padding. Say here I need the padding padding left to be say 30 pixels. I'm only specifying the left padding as 30 pixels. So now see here, only the left padding is there. The padding in top, right, bottom, they are 0. I can individually specify all of them by writing padding left, right, bottom, left. Also, there's another way of doing that. I can write here padding 10 pixel, 10 pixel. No, let us keep it different. 10, 20, 30 pixel and 40 pixel. This is a shorthand notation of writing at this padding. What it will do is this 10 pixel would be the top padding. This is 10 pixel, then this is 20 pixel, this is 30 and this is 40. This is a shorthand notation for writing padding, and similarly we can write margin also. Also for border we can do things like border radius. I can make it to say 20 pixels. Go back to my browser, reload it. Now you can see that this border has some radius. I can increase that radius or decrease it. Say I increase it to say 50 pixels. Save it, reload it. Now you can see now it is more curvy. So by that I can change the border radius. Yes, so also I can here specify the height and width. So let us say the height of this paragraph to be 100 pixels. Now you see the height has been increased. Similarly, I can change the width of that paragraph. So I can change the width to be say 50 pixels. Save it, reload it. Now you can see the width is reduced, but this is breaking. So let me increase the width to say 200 pixels. Then reload. Now you can see I have changed the height and width of this paragraph, given it a border, some margin, some padding. Also I can change all of them. Also there are some states. For example, in the link, whenever you see any link I had created earlier, so initially the link has a blue color. When it is visited it comes as a purple color, and when you go near that link the color of that link also changes. So I can also specify these states like a colon link a colon visited. I can change this color to be gray. If I go here and refresh it, you can see that this color of the link is changed because I have changed the state of that color of that link. So here it is an A tag. A means anchor tag, which is used in the link. Colon link colon visited means if any link is visited, then change that color to gray. Also there are some other state like hover. A colon hover. We specify the states by writing colon here. Say I change it to say blue. So yeah, now when I hover over it, you can see the color changes to blue. I remove my cursor, it changes. I take my cursor, it again becomes blue. And if I change the initial color to say something like red, So initially that color would be red, but because right now that link is visited, so it is hover. So let me close it, open this again. Yeah, because it is earlier visited, so it is saved in the browser history, so that's why. If I change this visited, comment it out, and now if I reload, you can see this is a link. By default this is red because here I have specified that the color of A should be red. Now when it is visited, I can change that color to be gray, and when I hover I can change it to blue. So using CSS I can specify all these things. I hope everything is clear till now. If you have any query or any doubts, you can frankly ask in the comment section, or even if everything is clear to you, write clear in the comment section so that we can move forward. So yes, I will be taking a look at the comment section now. If you have any doubts, you can ask. Yes. So I can again show my code here. Let me know which part of the code you wanted to see. Yes, actually we need to cover many things so that I don't miss anything. If you have any doubt, I will be doing a quick recap of all the CSS part once again. So CSS means cascading style sheets. There are three ways to specify the CSS. One is external CSS, like this, where I have written link rel equal to style sheet, href equal to the link of that CSS file. That means inside the head tag, I'm specifying that there is a link. I'm linking another file. Rel equal to style sheet means that file is a CSS file, a style sheet, and then the exact location, the exact address of that file. Then I told you that I can easily change the syntax for that is this. First, there is a selector, then a property name, then a property value. Selector means which particular element you want to style. Here, in this case, let us say it is H1. Then you write curly braces open and close. Inside that, you specify which property you want to change and the value to which you want to change. So here font size should be 10 pixel, then a semicolon. Say color to be red. There are many different properties. These are just a few of them. So like this, you can specify which property, which element you want to style, which property of that you want to change, and what is the value which you need to specify to that property. So like this. Also, there's another way of doing that you specify an ID to a particular element, and ID is kept generally unique. So that particular element you can style. You write here inside the p ID equal to para, or whatever ID you need to specify, you can type here any name. Then in the style sheet, you always write hash in front, then the ID name. This means that this is the ID. Then inside the curly braces, you specify the property name, then the property value. Here you can change the color. Color also, there are many ways. For example, you can directly write the name, or you can write the RGB value. Say here you write hash hash FFF. If I write here FFFFF, there are 6 numbers in RGB. First one is the red. Here you can also select here, say red. Here it is B9 2A 2A. So what does this mean? This means that this much portion is of red, this much portion is of green, then the rest one is the red one. Say I make it, yeah, so it is RGB. Let me write here RGB. The red one, how much red should be there in it, how much green should be there in it, how much blue should be present in it. Then for each one we have 2 numbers ranging from 00 to FF. 00 means 0% of that particular color, FF means 100% of that color. So in short, if I write here hash FF0000, so see here it is coming as red color. Also let me save it and again go back to my browser, reload it. You can see this heading is of red color because I'm saying that it should be 100% red, 0% green, 0% blue. If I change it to 00 FF00, what do you think it would be? 100%, 0% of red, 100% of green and 0% of blue. So that would make it pure green. So similarly, now see, this is green. Similarly, you can do mix match of color like this. You can specify the exact RGB value like this. Yeah, so now this was the ID part. If you need to specify the same styling property to many elements, you can use class. You can write class equal to the name of that particular class. Say here it was text-green. It was the name of that particular class which I gave here to 3 particular elements. Then in my style sheet for class, the name starts with dot, then name of that class, then inside the curly braces you write the property name and the property value. Okay, clear? Yeah. So similarly we can do. And yes, I also specified there are 3 ways to specify the CSS. First one was external, like this, where all the CSS was present in an external file and the link to that file is specified here in the head tag. Second one is internal, where instead of specifying all the style sheet rules in an external file, I can specify it here only. So for that, I am removing this link part and here I can write style, S-T-Y-L-E. This is a tag, style tag, and here inside the style tag, I can do all the styling here only. Say H1 color colon blue. So what it will do, till now you should be able to answer that. It would make all the H1 color as blue. Let us go back to the browser, reload it, and yes, this is a heading, this is blue and this is also blue. So here inside the head tag we can specify a style tag, and in that style tag we can write all the stylings. So here you can specify. Now you can notice that all these stylings which I have applied here in the style.css are not applied. Why? Because I have removed that particular link part. Now this web page is not linked to this styles.css. That's why no styling of this style.css is applied. Only this styling which I have specified here is applied. So one was external, third was internal, another one is inline. I can inline write here also any styling. For that you write STYLE. This is a tag name. Here I can specify all this property, say color. I write here say red, yeah, and I save it. So the syntax for that is, for that particular element write style equal to, then inside the double quotes write the property name, which is here color, then colon, then the name of that property. Also don't forget to put a semicolon here also, as that is the particular syntax. If I save this file, and go back to my browser and reload it, you can see this is a paragraph. This is coming is in red. See here, I have made it to red. I can change it to say blue, or in this color to something say violet, and then reload it. See, this is changed to violet. So what we have learned, there are three ways to specify styling. One is external, where you provide the link. Second one is internal, where inside the head tag, inside the style tag, you specify all the styling. Third one is inline. Similarly, here you can specify other properties also by comma separating. Say here I am specifying the background color to say yellow. Then I save it. Go back to my browser, reload it. See, the background color is changed to yellow. Again, coming back to my code, the code is style equal to, inside the double quotes, you specify the property value, property name, then the property value, then semicolon. If you need to specify any other property of that particular element only, write that another property, colon, name of that property, then semicolon, and so on. You can specify more. Obviously, you can carry on that forward. Now, but what is the best practice? Generally, we keep all the HTML part, all the CSS part, and all the JavaScript part separated from each other, so that it is easy to manage that particular thing. So we generally avoid specifying this inline styling and also internal styling. It is a best practice to specify all your styling part in some external style sheet, so that when you need to change any style, you can easily change that in this style sheet, and you don't have to look in that particular HTML file that where I have written that HTML part and I have changing that CSS here only. So always try to specify that CSS file in some other file and then link that CSS file to this file. I hope that is clear. If you have any query or any doubt, you can write in the comment section. I will be taking a pause here and see if there are any doubts, any queries, you can ask that. Is it clear to everyone? If it is clear, write clear in the chat section, or we have some time left. You can ask any query of you which you have regarding web development, regarding HTML, CSS part, or in general about CyberLabs or web development. You can specify any query. Okay, your border is not coming. Okay, so I'm going again here. See, you have to specify hash, the ID name, then write border. The syntax is border colon 10 pixel solid gray. This particular syntax means the thickness of the border should be 10 pixels. Then it should be solid. Means there are different types of a border. You can specify a solid border, you can specify a dashed border, and other things. So 10 pixel solid, and then you can specify the color of that border, whether it is to be gray or not. Also, you need to connect this external file sheet with your main index.html. For that, you write link. Yeah, the syntax is this: link rel equal to style sheet, href equal to style.css. Here, style.css should be the exact name of your style sheet. And one more thing to notice is that the index.html and the style sheet should be inside the same folder. If they are not in the same folder, then you need to specify the exact path. Like for the image part we have done, if it is present in some other folder, then you have to specify the relative path that it is present inside that folder. So do remember these small things. I hope this was clear. If you have any doubt, you may ask. Yes. So how to join CyberLabs? So for that, Firstly, we are conducting this session of HTML, CSS, and there will be one more session on JavaScript. Then we will be sharing the resources with you all so that you can practice. Later, we will be having your interviews where we will judge you. On the basis of the score of your interview, you will be selected as a member of CyberLab Web Development team. Yeah. All the details regarding the interview, when it will happen, what will be the mode, will be shared on the Facebook page. I hope you have you have received the link of that Facebook page and you have followed, liked, and have shared that Facebook page. Any other question? Yes, surely. There are many other frameworks like React, Django. We all will be learning that, but in the second year, in your second year, because firstly, right now you have very tough curriculum. You have very less time to cover. So right now we will be focusing only on HTML, CSS, and JavaScript part for your interview purpose. Once you are a member of CyberLab, then later we will be giving you training and we will be giving you coaching. We will be giving you guidance on how you can learn different frameworks like React. We will be Django, and we will be making projects together. Some cool stuff. Okay. So yes, what is the meaning that internal styling is preferred over external? No, I specified it that external one is preferred over internal. So you should always specify the style in external. So I write it here, external more than, yeah, external more than internal more than inline. This should be the preference. Always prefer to use external style sheet. Then if it is not possible, or in some case if there is some compulsion, then specify it internal here inside the style tag, or then if it is not possible, then only specify inline. Generally it is avoided to specify the inline styling. The reason I am telling you is because all the code should be properly structured. The HTML part should be separated from CSS part so that it is easy to change the styling. Suppose inside each paragraph I specified the color in the style tag manually, and now my website has 100 web page and I need to change all the color of the paragraph. So what will I do? Will I go to each page and change the code there, or will I go to one style sheet and just say all the paragraph color should be changed? I hope you understand that it will be easy to change all those color at one place rather than changing in all the 100 documents. No, you cannot join multiple fields in CyberLabs. You can be a part of only one division at a time. No, web development, we don't say you to pick only one particular language. You are free to use any particular language for web development. You can do web development in Java also, in HTML, CSS also, in React, in Python, Django framework. In multiple languages, web development is possible. It's only up to you which you want to choose. I started with HTML, CSS because it is beginner friendly and easy to learn and understand. Yes. So how to get used to these things? Frankly, no one is asking you to remember or memorize these things. You don't memorize formula. I also don't know many of the properties. Right now, for example, I go to Visual Studio Code. I don't know what is the property name. I need to change the color. I write here color, specify. It will automatically show me the suggestion that whether you want to change the color edges. These are some, whether you need to change the background color, border color. Simply say border color I need to change. Then it also gives you the option. You don't need to memorize all these things. With practice, slowly by time, you will understand and will get used to all these things. No need to memorize them. And yes, there is no branch restrictions on you. Any branch student can apply to CyberLabs. It is open to all the branches. Yes, you can be part of only one division of the CyberLab, which is web development, Android development, machine learning, information security, or hardware and IoT. You can be part of only one division at a time. So I hope all the doubts are clear. If I missed anything, you can ask it again. So yes, the next JavaScript workshop will happen 1 week later. It is scheduled to be on 9th January. The exact date and time will be shown on the Facebook page. But I'm again reminding you, it will be on 9th January. Also, we would be sharing you the resources. You can start practicing from W3 schools. It is a very great website. I will show you in the Google, right? W3 schools. Yes, here W3 school, this has some great tutorials to learn HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So let me go here in the HTML. Yes, so here there are all the important things like introduction, basic, element, attributes. There are many things like links, images. Right now I have not covered what are tables, how to create tables. So you can do these things also. So for reference and learning, you can refer to this site. Also, we will be sharing some good resources to you. Like you can refer this site. Also, there is a resources.cyberlab.club. Here you have all the resources available for I'm again zooming it a bit if it is not clearly visible. Yes, so this website will be shared to you, resources.cyberlabs.club. Here all the resources of computer basic, web development, be it front end, back end, Android, machine learning. You need to learn anything, all the resources are available here. Simply go to this website, say I need to learn web development. Click on web part. It will open it. Now you need to learn front end or back end. Say I need to learn HTML and CSS. Then there are some good resources available here. Say you want to learn, you don't like to read these articles like this on W3 schools. You prefer to watch
So you want to be a
YouTube
software
videos.
engineer at Google?
So we have some good crash course links available here, so you can view them. There are all kinds of resources available here: YouTube videos, articles, tutorials. Okay, yes. So one of you asked that about the programming language. So yes, we can create website in multiple ways. Either you can use HTML, CSS, JavaScript, but HTML and CSS will be common to all the web page. JavaScript provides logic to that web page. Similarly, for the logic part, you can also use Java as a programming language or Python as a programming language. But HTML, CSS will remain because the basic rendering part is governed by HTML and CSS only. So you need to learn HTML and CSS for sure if you are interested in learning web development. Either you can learn JavaScript or any other language of your choice for the logic purpose. Also, you can always come back to this link and view this Facebook link again, this YouTube link again. All the links will be shared to you in the chat. If you have any query, you can ask. Link will be shared. See this video again, go through all the resources so that you can have a better understanding of how the things are done. Also, try to practice it on your own. Create a basic web page. Also go through all this, simply look into this. It will be very helpful and useful to you to get a detailed explanation of each and everything. Also, hands-on experience is very important. Some things you will learn only by doing it hands-on coding. So here you can also go try it here, and you can run it there also. So I hope everything is clear. Is there any other doubt? Then please ask it in the comment section. Also, the slides and all the links will be shared to you. Okay, so some of the projects made by CyberLabs. So yes, there are many. In fact, if you have gone through the website of the CyberLab, the front page only shows the various projects made by CyberLab, like face search, neural style. These were made by ML, and you can go to see more projects. So here you can see all the projects made by the CyberLab teams, and also there is a cumulative things. For example, the web development team is coordinating with app development team and development team to build a common platform. For example, a website might be built by the web development team, and inside that there might be a machine learning model that would be built by the machine learning team, and for that particular website an app would be built by the app D team. So all these things, all these teams many a time coordinate together to build some cool stuffs. You can go to this website CyberLabs. Here you can view all these games. For example, a simple game made using JavaScript, some apps, some websites which we have made. Also, this website is also made by the CyberLab web development team. Yeah. Yes, so about WebD and academics, see, you have to manage them, and you can see examples from our club members also. They have very well managed academics and this web development. And one most important thing is that when you will be joining the company, the most common role given by the company is software development engineer, SDE. So simply saying, when you will go into any company, no one will expect you to solve complex integration or do any complex rotation question. You will be asked to build some real stuff. So you will be working all your life, some 30-40 years or so, building these stuff, which will not be taught to you by the college inside those classes. All the things which you will be actually working upon would be taught by us in this club. So you have to manage them, and also I believe that it is not that hard. We would not be pressurizing you all. You can easily manage academics as well as this. So any other doubts? I hope you all like the session. Just let me know in the comment section if you feel there was any scope of improvement, or you were facing any issue, or you think that any improvement should be made. Or do you have any better understanding, or was it good? How would you rate the session? So okay, thank you everyone for attending this session. All the links will be shared to you so that later you can practice on your own. Also, do like and follow the Facebook page of CyberLabs so that you can get the further updates about the interview and the next session. Here you can go to this website, is very important. Here all our links like the Facebook page, the GitHub page, all these are present. Okay, thank you everyone. So we are going to wrap up the session and are going to close it. Also try to attend all the upcoming workshop or also of other divisions also like Android, machine learning, hardware, information security, all the workshop at least you should need to attend so that you can understand what exactly is your interest, where does it lie, because till now you have only till class 12th you have only read maths, physics and chemistry, so you don't know what exactly is your interest, so you need to explore all these stuffs. So at least try to understand and see whether all these things really interest you or not, and then based on your interest choose what is right for you, because for a whole life, for a whole career ahead you would be doing the same thing. Okay, so thank you everyone. I'm ending this session now. Have a great day ahead.